Hello and welcome to another video. Today I will be upgrading the interior lights of my Focus. For the last probably couple months since the peak of the winter, I've noticed that the lighting inside my car was really poor. I thought that just only one light on the ceiling wasn't enough, and which made the area at the back very dark. And also, the same problem extends to the boot area, where there's only one light at the back. So what I'm going to do today is to upgrade the interior ceiling light, add some lights at the footwell, and also have an additional second light on the boot area. So let's go. So what I'll be using will be this. The main interior light will be replaced with this unit. I think it comes from a titanium and includes these map reading lights. For the interior boot light, I will be using this unit. So it was basically salvaged from another car. I think it was from a Sierra. Just look online about interior boot lights. The part number for this one should be 169598, or should be something in here. Probably these numbers in here, the 84AC13547AA. Okay, so this was actually quite cheap. It was about a £5, and they are pretty much standard all across the Ford range. For the boot light, I'll be using some connectors, some heat shrink solders, and of course some 5-amp cables, because I'll be needing some extra cabling to go round to the other side of the boot. And of course I will be upgrading with LED bulbs. I bought this bunch on eBay for just a few pounds really. They are 501 type, and they have this dome which helps to spread light a little bit better. And we have to be careful with LED lights, because they only go one way in order to work. I'm going to keep these older incandescent 501 types as a reserve lights, as I'm going to replace everything with LED. So now let's start installing this one inside the car. Now what we're going to do is to remove the interior light. Use a flathead screwdriver, where you just insert in here and push it. There is like a metal spring inside, and just push it like so, and then it just remove it. Careful not to remove the lens. Sometimes you need a bit of assistance from this side here, and there you go. And then you just disconnect in here as well. It's a little bit difficult to do these things with just one hand. And now it's time to insert the new one. So you see in here, so this one that has the double connection goes on the left hand side, and then this one, the single connection, on the right hand side. But now I'm going to fit and upgrade with the LED bulbs. So I'm just going to put these in here, and then just give them a quick test, see if they work, and see if they have been fitted the right way round. Okay, so we can see that the interior light, the middle one, is working, the map one is working, and this one isn't working. So this one isn't playing ball. There you go, it is working now. So that one was actually faulty, and this is a problem sometimes with LED lights. They sometimes don't work at all. So just turn these off and put this back in. And there you go. So it is all working fine. It is very bright in here. It is a marvelous sunshine today, so it is great. Right, now let's move on to the Footwell lights. Basically, they are there. It is a bit of a mystery why Ford never fitted the actual bulbs onto the Footwells. However, it has been recently discovered by one of the members of the MK2 forum on Facebook that the bulbs are not there, but the holders are actually there in place. So if I can focus them in here, and there they are. So these are the bulb holders for the Footwell lights. So this is on the driver's side, just under the pedal area, and this is on the passenger area, just right there. It is unknown to which exact models they have been fitted. This is a 2010 car, this is a Z-Tech trim level, but I know that some cars don't even come with the holders themselves. But if you didn't know about them, now you know. So let's go and fit the bulbs. Now let's just go in here. It's a bit of an exercise. You see, these are the LED bulbs. They only go one way. And there you go. That's done. So it is on that side. So that's the clutch pedal over there. And that's where the bulb is fitted. Now let's go on to the passenger side, which is directly opposite. The car, and there it is. There you go, Footwell lights, who would have thought? So for the boot light, I'm going to have to install this light on that side over there. And that means that because there is no hole in here, I would have to make a template of this one there, cut, and then cut a template in here in order to have this one fitted. So let's go and do that. So it's very easy. You just remove the two screws, this one and this one here, with the T30 Torx bit, and of course you just remove the parcel shelf and put the seats forward. So you just pull this after removing the screws, like so. And then what I'm going to do is to grab a piece of cardboard and do a template. So I just put it like that on the edge and then try to shape it this way, and then do a template from the inside. So like that, and with the marker pen I make a marking over there, and then just cut this bit here and then just put it against the other part. And after you do the template, where the piece of cardboard bends over the line, you just draw a line with a Sharpie like that. And the reason being is that there is a ridge on where the cardboard piece goes. So because the other side has a bit of a ridge in here, So this is why when you fold over here, because the other side has a region here which is where my cardboard template started, so by having this fold line in here, and then just wedging against here, you will be able to have a bit more of an idea of where to cut. This doesn't have to be perfect engineering really, it's just really to give somewhat a close location to the compared to the opposite light. Now the hole has been cut, as you can see in there. It was actually too hard really, because what I had to do in order to cut this bit, I just use the drill to cut, basically to drill through one in each corner, and then because my multi-tool is broken, I had to use a Stanley knife, and it was actually very easy to cut through the holes using the drill holes and cut through it. And therefore you can actually put this in here like so. So hard to do these things with just one hand, like that, and it clicks into place. Now let's go and do the electric installation. The best way to do it is basically to use the electrical current from this bulb holder in here, splice the cables, join them, extend them behind the slam panel of the boot lid, and then just feed them through to here. So, but first we have to remove all the trim, which in this case is actually fairly simple. So you just remove these pop rivets here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and use, of course, these tools in here, which can be very useful, as these rivets can be a right old pain in the backside to remove. So I'm just going to cut alongside here. And then you also do the same thing for these two as well. What I'm going to do is to unite like for like, and then you're just going to get two pieces of wire. So you get a red and the black one, and then just don't need to have an exact measure, so just take a piece of them, unreel them, and feed up to it gets all the way up to this light here, and just to leave a little bit of extra just in case you needed to wriggle the cables and route the cables around here. Now to connect the cables, I'm going to use these connectors, so the red connector for the red cable and a blue connector for the black one. Well, that's what I could find, so never mind. So the yellow one had this connector in here, which will be joined by the red one. you go, they are both secure, and the same one for the black cable. And there you go, both of them secure. Now that you've connected the other ones, you've measured enough wire to go into the new light, and then just solder the pieces together using these heat shrink sleeves. Now let's see if these connections work. I've turned the battery on again. So this is the new bulb. And yeah, it does work indeed. Okay, so that's done. And now it's time to use these soldering sleeves. I never used them before, so fingers crossed it will all go to plan. Now the battery is reconnected. It's time to put the light back in here, and that's it. Time to tuck everything under the carpet. In place. So this is in place. This one is also in place and secured as well. And at the same time, just before putting all these in, I have put stick the cable back onto the bodywork. I didn't have an insulation tape, but I've used the gaffer tape instead, which is just as effective. Just all alongside here and so on. Now I'm going to put back this slam panel cover, the rest of the trim, and it will be job done. And here we go. It is absolutely horrendous weather, and here's the result. It's not really completely night, but look how much better is this now. Footwell lights and everything, and it's not as dark anymore. Okay, I have the bulb from the camera, but it's so much better. And I've got now map reading lights, making the area even more bright. It should be so much better now in the winter and not dark as it used to be. And the same goes to the boot as well. However, there was one thing that I had to do, and that's the reason why I have made a recording today. These are the tools I'm using on my bit on the side, the Morris van project. So this is it. I've used these. Oops. Very windy in here. So these are the bulbs that I've used previously, but these were not good enough. So therefore I went and bought these ones. They were roughly the same price, and they give a much better 360-degree light compared to these ones. And you can notice the difference why because it's so much bigger area to be lit compared to the old ones. Well, so this is it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.